In a world where the line between fantasy and reality blurred, a mysterious storm swept across the globe. But this was no ordinary storm. As the winds howled and the skies darkened, strange creatures emerged from the shadows, beings that looked like nightmares spun from the darkest corners of the human mind. Some said they were drawn by the rising chaos in the world, by the fear that was gripping nations as strange signals began to pulse from the moon. In the news, governments were racing to explain the phenomenon. The US announced it was working with global powers to investigate, though conspiracy theories spread like wildfire. Some claimed the signals were warnings of an extraterrestrial invasion, while others believed they were the result of secret experiments in the world's most hidden laboratories. Social media was ablaze with arguments. Were the creatures coming from the moon? Or was this something far more sinister, something human-made? But deep in the forests of a small, forgotten village, an ancient prophecy was being fulfilled. A group of people known as the Dreamers had long predicted the rise of the Shrouded Ones, beings born of human fear and ambition. The Dreamers had warned that as nations became more divided, obsessed with power and technology, these creatures would come forth to feast on the chaos. In the heart of this village lived a girl named Leora. She was different from the others, often lost in her dreams of strange lands and forgotten histories. The other villagers didn't believe her when she said she had seen the creatures before, long before the storm, before the signals from the moon. In her dreams, the creatures whispered to her, telling her that humans had summoned them, that the more the world fractured, the stronger they became. As the storm closed in, Leora knew the truth. The creatures weren't coming from outer space. They were the darkness humanity had created, the wars, the lies, the greed, the manipulation of the truth. And now they were here to claim their prize. The governments kept denying the connection. They broadcast news saying they had the situation under control, that everything was fine. But Leora knew the storm would only end when people stopped feeding it with their fear and hate. She gathered the few who would listen, telling them there was still hope, but only if they could unite, fight the darkness within themselves, and stop the storm from consuming the world. As the winds raged and the creatures roamed, Leora led her people on a journey, one that blurred the line between dreams and reality. The question remained, would humanity wake up in time, or would they fall into eternal darkness, lost in a storm of their own making? The news continued to tell people to stay inside, keep scrolling, and stay tuned for the next update. But Leora's story spread like wildfire, igniting a resistance in those who dared to believe that maybe the answer wasn't out there in the skies, but deep within.